90% of transformations fail, but there is another way, and that really starts with the onboarding experience.
Most organizations get onboarding wrong, and the reason they get it wrong is because they think of it as a one-day transactional activity. We needed to make a change.
So Mars Incorporated, we are a food and services organization. Most people know us for candy, probably M&Ms. But pet care is our largest division. 57% of our business is pet care. Mars has grown significantly over the past 10 years, but we haven't brought onboarding into kind of the new era of Mars and the acquisitions that we have brought in.
It was a very disjointed, complex process and feeling new associates went through, where they are coming on day one, filling out forms. They're introduced to new concepts and terms that are very unfamiliar to them. We are complex as an organization with multiple business units, countries, and lines of business, but we don't have to be complex when they join the organization.
EY Consulting really tackles people and organizational transformation challenges and needs. At the heart of it, our Mars project from an onboarding perspective has really embraced humans at center, really put ourselves in the shoes of an associate as they begin what hopefully is a long tenured relationship with the organization, which is really what appealed to us when Mars reached out with this unique opportunity to influence their onboarding journey.
So we took a people-led approach first, and then after we did that approach, we looked at the process and the technology that would support it.
We made the decision to have an experience-led transformation because there was different types of experiences with onboarding happening across the globe, whether it be enterprise onboarding or segment onboarding. And having an experience-led transformation allowed us to stitch those different experiences together.
Experience-led transformation is pretty simple. It's deconstructing an organization's workforce into the different personas, the different types of people that make up their workforce.
So it was important for us to take that persona-led approach to really understand the needs of particular associates. So whether that be I'm a desk-free worker, I don't sit behind a computer every day, or I might be a hybrid worker where I work from home and I come into an office. So taking those different types of use cases creates a more tailored and personalized experience for that associate. One example of how we actually approached this is we got on the ground in one of our supply sites.
When we were visiting a factory in Texas to really understand what that meant to be an associate there, it was really important for us to understand their experience and how they lived their day-to-day life on the factory floor. So that helped us illuminate the fact that experience was broken down to sort of 3 threads. There was the in-person experience, the digital experience, but also the cultural aspect of how that comes to life.
They really embedded themselves into speaking with our associates, speaking with new hires into Mars, and that really came to life in the partnership that we had with them.
Some of the first things we did in terms of reimagining the onboarding experience with Mars was making sure that the case for change was very clear. So making sure that the organization understood the why behind what we were about to do with the transformation. The next thing we did was creating a vision that we also socialized with the organization to make sure they could provide feedback to feel like they were part of the journey. Then we conducted hearts and mind research to really understand what new associates and managers needed in terms of their future experience and those moments that mattered. And that really helped illuminate exactly how we were going to build the technology and design the platform. So our goal was to have sort of one singular place where they can go and do their onboarding, but also provide a space for managers to complete their work. We built, configured, tested, and also rolled out this technology to over 20 countries and 9 different languages.
I think what's different about this onboarding experience, it is all about the connections, and those connections start before day one, where we want to have the new associate build a relationship with their manager and some of their team members before they join. So when they come in on day one, they're able to solidify and further develop those relationships and those connections.
Our culture is rooted in our 5 principles. So our 5 principles are quality, responsibility, mutuality, efficiency, and freedom. They are how we do business every day, and it comes to life not just in onboarding, but across our full associate life cycle.
The 5 principles is important because it really helps to understand the behaviors you have and are successful with at Mars, but also how decisions are made not only in one country, but around the globe across the workforce. They also were assigned a buddy.
So the buddy program is very important for a new hire because it builds in a sense of belonging. It helps the new hire get familiar with new team members, with the way in which Mars might operate, the way team dynamics play out. So having a buddy in the new hire program increases the new hire's engagement. So this is one small element of how we've been able to increase our retention rates at Mars.
And we'd set out a 5-year roadmap in terms of expectations and things we wanted to track. And by end of year 1, we're well exceeding all our expectations across a number of metrics.
Within the first year of the transformation, the program had incredible results. 9 out of 10 associates felt welcomed, there was high satisfaction, and they also felt like they were supported by their manager. Within the first year, we also significantly reduced the first year turnover as well.
Our work with Mars on onboarding has really set a foundational base that they can build upon for their future transformations. A lot of the work that we do with Mars and other organizations is really at that intersection of culture, talent, and technology, and really driving adoption of all of those.
When an associate has a good experience on day 1, it becomes a signature part of their story that they're telling about the organization. We can all think back into our experiences joining this first day of school or a new job, and that's what people will remember. Maybe not the details of the day, but they remember the feeling at the end. I felt connected, I felt welcome, and I felt really appreciated.